What's going on? It's your boy Don, and we are back with another video. Today, I wanted to talk about Russell Westbrook testing positive for COVID-19 and how I think that this right here is something that the NBA needs to start taking seriously. And when I say that because where the NBA now is located in that bubble within Florida, there are cases that are going up by like 12,000 a day. Consider that with the fact that all the players that are in the bubble are by no way, shape, or form are keeping to themselves. They're inviting people in and out of the bubble. You know what I'm saying? And because of that, it's going to lead to a problem where the players are going to start testing positive for COVID-19. Mark my words. To me, there's no real reason to continue the season. Really, you should have taken a loss on the season and say, you know what, we'll try again next year. Let's see if by then the cases have gone down, if they found something to slow down the virus, or if they have found something to have the effects of a vaccine. You know what I'm saying? Because I read an article today on ESPN talking about the potential after effects of coronavirus, especially when it relates to your heart. And I thought that was very interesting because I didn't think about it in that sense, where you have everlasting after effects after getting the virus, that can significantly weaken your body, especially as a professional athlete. And then you are asked to compete at a very high level, which is potentially very dangerous. If it's dangerous for the average person, imagine somebody who needs to compete in high level, intense competition week in and week out. The article was mentioning the heart and how the heart, uh, when a study was done of players who had retired going back into 2016, that heart disease and cardiac problems was one of the leading causes of death actually in those retired players over the years. And it's something that not a lot of people are talking about because all we're thinking about is, oh, well, hey, when you get the virus, quarantine for 2 weeks, and then when you feel fine, you can come back. And it doesn't work like that, because if you decide to come back even after you test positive for the virus, which I don't think is a good idea because now a lot of people around you will probably have it too. But if you decide to come back, you're not in game shape. You got to get back into game shape, which might take a couple of weeks, a week and a half, another 2 weeks. So that puts you out already for a month. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to get medically cleared again to play. And then maybe, just maybe, you can compete again without really knowing the after effects until later on, because this is a very new thing and you don't know how your body's reacting while you're still trying to clear COVID, even though you might not even test positive anymore. So I really do think that this is something that they need to look at, but I can't understand why the NBA is trying to continue the season, especially in Florida, where you could not have picked the worst place to try and finish an NBA season, than Florida. You could not have picked the worst place. You picked the one state that really didn't care much if they closed down or not, and now they are suffering badly. It's almost comparable to how Wuhan was a couple of months ago. And this is what happens when you don't follow guidelines of things that are serious. And eventually, what's going to happen is people are going to go in and out. And when I say people, it's usually, the little girls or whatever, or the models. Because, like, you're a basketball player, so you want to have things to do outside of, you know, playing basketball. You want to make sure you have things to look, especially if it's chilling with a female, whatever. I understand that. But at the same time, it's like, what is worth your safety because you want to continue a season? And some players are smart. Some players are really smart, but I don't think it's real cause of concern for players who don't play in the NBA. But for me, this is a sports player, and it's Westbrook, and Westbrook, seems to have beast genes, and even he's not safe from this. That's how I look at it. If Russell Westbrook, I can't even speak. If Westbrook is somebody who can get that virus, eventually more people will get it. More people will get that. But right now, the NBA doesn't seem too focused on ensuring the safety of the players. I don't think so. And especially in a state like Florida, this thing is going to spin out of control. But that's my take on it. Let me know what you think. You know, is there a real purpose of trying to continue the NBA season as a sports fan? Like really as a sports fan, it's not NFL. That's due later on. You know, it's basketball. Like sometimes if you got to take a loss on a season for the better overall of the players, you do that. But I have a bad feeling about this, man. I have a real bad feeling about this event in Orlando. But let your boy Don know in the comment section. Good, bad. Do you feel indifferent? Thank you so much for the last video, by the way. Wow, it was amazing to get so many views on, I know this channel is still growing, but just to get as many views as I did, I thought it was so cool. We even had a comment in there. Always appreciate the feedback. Like, comment, rate, subscribe. And I'll see y'all next time, man. Peace. I'm out.